Hey guys, it's me, Christian from Casual Christian for your weekend update. And I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while since we've been doing an update or had a podcast, but it's been busy, hectic, and there's a lot of things going around in our current our lives right now that's it's making it harder to produce content for you guys. Which like today we took the advantage and like Emmanuel and me both had a little time off right now, a little break. So I was like, let's do an update. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. So, hey Ariana, it's good to see you guys. It's good to see that comment pop up. It's been a bit, and I know you guys are, want to know what I've been up to with like, the food poisoning and my stuff that's been going on. So let's start with the update. So last week, it was, leading on to the Memorial Day weekend. I was looking forward to it. We were gonna have like, my department was gonna have a barbecue at my boss's house. I was looking forward to it, like to unwind with my, with my coworkers, drink some beers and and then what ended up happening? I ended up getting food poisoning, and like I don't know, there are three factors to this story. Like I mean, like three possible reasons why I got sick. Like I started swimming, so and just recently I just got a membership at this gym, and I was thinking like maybe I got sick because I got like some kind of bug in the water, or in that night I also had like I made some tri-tip, which it was cooked and it was small and it was in the oven for like 45 minutes at 375, and it was cooked. But that day for lunch, um, I had some of my mom's salsa, and it was like in the fridge for like over a week. And I asked my mom, I was like, how long has this salsa been in the fridge? And she assured me it was fine. And I tasted it. It tasted pretty good. It didn't taste like, when you eat something, you can tell like it's like, spoiled. It didn't taste like that. So I had that and I had a lot of it. So, and then like later on that night, it was like Thursday, leading on like Thursday night, leading on to Friday morning. So Friday morning, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And do you guys know that Squidward meme? You seen that Squidward meme where like he has his eyes closed and then suddenly in the next panel, his eyes just like jump up, like they pop open. Like that was like it was like that. It was like I woke up at 3 in the morning and I just wasn't feeling right. It's like, oh, like why do I feel like nauseous? And I was like, I was putting it in the back of my head because I didn't want to get up. I was tired. And then I kept on tossing and turning. I still like the feeling wouldn't go away. I'm like, something's going on, and I said it's like, okay, let's try to throw up. And I couldn't do it. I was like gagging, and then suddenly like, I started to feel like my body was like depleting, like the energy was going away from me. Like, and then like Alex woke up and I was pacing around because I was having like I was having a panic attack. I was going through the fight or flight mode because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if I was having like a panic attack or was having like a food poisoning reaction or something else. And I was pacing around 3 o'clock in the morning, and then like Alex was reassuring me that I was going to be okay, and he was hugging me. And as he was hugging me, we heard my stomach growl. It made that noise like, "Rrrr," and it's like, so I had to push him away and had to do my business in the restroom. And then I knew that like I had food poisoning, and it was really intense. And like it got to the point. I know I'm going to be a 40-year-old man, but I ended up going to my mom's house at 3 in the morning because I need my mom to take care of me because I didn't know what was going on. So John, Alex, and me, we jump in my car and we get ready. I try not to like get like thinking about it. It's like try not to have like a panic attack. Because I was like, okay, I'll just go to my mom, just wake her up, and then we go to my we end up going to we arrive at my mom's house, and as soon as I walk, I go through the door, and it was like dark. It was like completely dark in the living room, of course. And then suddenly, my younger brother Diego pops out of the kitchen eating a sandwich and had a moon pie in his hand, and like he didn't know I was coming in, so he was like assertive, was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And like it stunned me because I didn't know my brother was eating in the kitchen, and it's like. And like it's me. It's like, what are you doing here? And then we had like an exchange, and I asked him, I was like, why are you eating? Were you partying or something? And it was like, no, I just woke up and I got hungry, so I made myself a peanut butter sandwich. I'm like, it's like that's something my dad woke up in the middle of the night to make himself something to eat. So that's like a trait from my father. So like if I got hungry in the middle of the night, I'll just go to sleep and just have a big breakfast in the morning. But now he had to make himself something to eat and then go to sleep. And I told her, I was like, dude, I feel fucking sick. I need to wake up mom. And I woke up my mother, and she's like, she has a TV on, and she, of course, like, she was like, I was like, what are you doing here? What's going on? And then I told her, it's like, I don't know if I'm having a panic attack or if I have like a sick food poisoning, but she gave me like a, like, what's it called, a Xanax, like something to calm down my nerves. But eventually I threw it up because like everything was just like, it was just coming out. It was fucking gross. It was a gross night, and my energy was just all like low, like my head hurted, and I just didn't know the source of like where it was coming from. But for sure, I had like a stomach flu, and like, since I'm working at my mom's house, like, remotely, so like at 6 in the morning, like I couldn't go to sleep because I was going back and forth from the restroom to the bed, and just like, drinking water, and what's called, that what's that suero, we call it suero in Spanish. I don't know what's called in like in English, but yeah, like she was giving me that. And so at 6 o'clock in the morning, I send my my boss an email, and HR is like, look, I got food poisoning, there's no way I could come in. Like, just typing that up, just typing out like those little, like that short sentence, just logging on, just took a lot out of me. I was like, I just sent it. It could have had like misspellings, like it was maybe like not coherent, but like I just sent it out. I was like, all right, I'm out. And after that, like I took care of my mom took care of me. It's like, so it was a gnarly weekend. Like, after like that day, like as the weekend progressed, it was like I'm hungover. You guys remember, like, do you guys know when you're hungover, like, or you're trying to eat something and you just feel so nauseous, you just have to put it away? It felt like that. Like I was trying to eat something like chicken soup or like a banana or like something, like some easy foods to eat, and I just couldn't do it. I just felt like throwing it up. And so I, for like a day, like whole Friday and the part of Saturday, I didn't eat anything. I was just drinking fluids, and I was just like shivering in my bed. And I even had a temperature. I had a temperature of 104. And like, just to make safe, I was thinking, it's like, maybe they had the coronavirus. Maybe I had like COVID. So my mom, she had the test, and we did the test, and I was like negative. So yeah, like it took about, like, I would say like Monday or Tuesday, where like everything was finally, that bug was out of my system, where I was finally eating like 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 solid foods. And it was just like, that's one of the worst food poisoning experiences like in my life. The first one I had was in my early 20s when I moved out with my ex. I remember this. It was the summer, and we ordered a meat lovers pizza, and we left it out. We didn't put it in the fridge because we're idiots. I was young and dumb. And I remember getting up in the morning because I was working at a warehouse at the time, and my shift started at 5:30 or 5 in the morning. I don't know. It was terrible. But yeah, I woke up. I got, like, I opened up the box of pizza, got a slice of pizza, put it in the Tupperware, and then I later on for lunch I had it, and then after I ate it, as I was clocking out of work, I felt like that the energies just like get sucked out of me, and then like that day I had, food poisoning symptoms, and like I remember shivering. And that was like the worst. That was one of the worst ones. Like the one that I had like last week, that was like the second one. But the trippy thing is, like the one that I recently had, the food poisoning, my stomach didn't hurt. I didn't have any stomach cramps or anything. I just felt nauseous and just the need to go, you know. But yeah, like my fever went away. I was kind of getting worried because like every time I get, like, now that I'm older, and when I get a fever, I'm like, I always think about, like, is this it? Is this like like a little bit long, like a little bit more, I'm gonna be like in serious shit. But I took some Tylenol and some, like it was Tylenol, like it reduced my fever, and I went to sleep. And last weekend it was hard, not only because I was going through my the stomach flu, but unfortunately, and tragically. And if you guys follow me on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, my cousin, he passed away Memorial Day. And it was like completely unexpected. Like he was like young, he was like 32. He's like, he had a family. Like it was like, I don't want to get too much into details in respect to my aunt, but like my cousin, he was a really good guy. His nickname was Spanky, because like when he was younger, he looked like one of the characters from the Little Rascals, Spanky. And that name always stuck with him. And he was a big supporter of like what I did. Like like when I was coming out gay, like he even told me, like, I don't care like if you're gay or anything, like you're your family, and that's it. Like he was very like old school. Even though like he was younger, like he's very the old school mentality is like blood is thicker than water. I think that's the right expression. Like we're family, like we stick together. And um and he saw that I was doing stand up recently. Well, like when I was doing it for a little bit, he even sent out like a message that I'm gonna read it to you, if I could get my phone open. But he sent me this message that he was concerned about me, and he sent me this. And he's like, comedians do things to make people laugh in order to hide the pain they have inside. I love you, Primo, but things will get better. And like that was very touching. Like he didn't have to send that for me to me. Like he was like for him to say that, like that he loved me, and we responded back and forth in that message, and it was like, and then when my cousin passed away, like on like last week, and like it was really hard because like he was like he was a really nice guy, and he was like he had a personality, like he had a presence to him, and it was just very he was very it's just so hard to see the coroner, take away my younger cousin, and like I just it's just a trip, like we're like my father passed away in November, and then this like was like 6 7 months later, have this like, another tragedy in my family is like it's just really hard, like, and I just been going through like these emotions, as in like, well, what's like I like what's the point, like what's the point of just doing things that we're just going to end up passing away, and like that's the wrong thing to look at it, you know what I mean? Like I have family and friends that watch out for me, and like we should take the opportunity to appreciate every minute that we have like on this earth, like like when we have our health, that like to appreciate it, take because you don't know when your time is due, and it's just very very hard. And like I saw we went to go visit my father's grave like last Sunday, and I was as we were leaving the cemetery, I was having my internal monologue, and I was thinking to myself like, damn, like who's gonna be the next family member that's gonna pass away? And maybe that was like some kind of intuition, that somebody like something was telling me that somebody in my family was going to pass away the next day. And was another trippy thing is that my cousin, he had a dream that night. This was like when we were hanging out as a family last, when that was going on. My cousin was telling me that he had a dream about my cousin that passed away in 2010, I think. That my cousin Patty was telling him in his dream that um, like that she was going to take care of something and don't worry about it. And then like he woke up, and then like an hour later he got the news that my cousin passed away, and he was tripping out. We were both tripping out of that. He had this dream about my cousin, and so it's this is still raw. I'm still like they're still planning out the services and all that. So like I know the day of I'm just gonna be a complete mess, and just thinking about it and trying to keep it together right now. But it's a very difficult time for my family once again. And thank you, Art, for sending me your condolences. But yeah, we should hang out again, guys. So it's very difficult, like, so that's like my personal update. So go let's go to somewhere more positive. I know like that was a heavy one, but that's what's been going on with me. But you know what, let's go on the stuff that I've been watching that's been keeping me like sane. I watched last week oh, thank you, Christina, I really appreciate it. I'm so sorry, my friend. Yeah, we all need to hang out because we just don't know. It's been a while, Christina, so we need to hang out. But anyways, so did you guys watch the new Chippendales Rescue Rangers movie? Like it's streaming like on Disney, and I thought it was cool. Like it had like a lot of it was dry humor. It's like it was. They said in an article, like some blogger said that what Space Jam tried to do with their IP, Chippendales Rescue Rangers, the movie, they did successfully in their movie, because it was like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where as in like they had all these cartoon characters living in our human reality, and they're all actors. They're all part of these TV shows that we grew up with, and movies. And not to give any spoilers, but there's like other characters outside the Disney universe that come on the Chip and Dale's Rescue Ranger movie, and I was like really pleased to see them. I was like, oh, that's so and so, and that's that's really cool. And it was enjoyable to watch. I'll probably watch it again. Is it like the best movie I've ever seen? No, but it was cute. It was a cute, fun movie. And if you love the Rescue Rangers, if you're a big fan of that show, I think you'll enjoy this movie that's streaming right now. And yeah, it's cool because like these guys like Chip and Dale's, like they talk about like how they found each other when they were in high school and middle school, and they became like this writing team, and then they wrote this the show The Rescue Rangers that they were both part of, and it was really cool. It was like total meta. And there's even some controversy of the Chip and Dale's movie that people were upset that they were using the Peter Pan character as the villain. And if you guys don't know, the Peter Pan character, in reality, the child voice actor, he like after he grew up, like nobody wanted to hire him anymore. Like he had a tragic death. Like he died from overdose. Like he like Hollywood just used him and they just spat him out. And people were upset that they were using the Pan character as a villain because since the real Peter Pan actor had such a tragic life once he grew up. People were upset by that. But you know what? It's take it as we will. If you get hurt by it, that's your right. It's even though it's a silly movie, it's still art. Art's subjective. So take it as you will. And another thing that I've been watching The Offer, which is the story behind The Godfather, how the Godfather came to be. And there's a lot of things that I didn't know about how like the behind the scenes stuff of how that production came to be. And it deals with the mob too. And I had no idea like the main producer was kind of like trying to court this gangster just so they could shoot in New York because gangsters didn't want to be portrayed in the bad light, the Italian gangsters. And it just gets really heavy throughout the Offer TV show, which is streaming on Paramount, which makes sense because the Godfather was produced by Paramount Pictures, and it's really cool, man. Like it's wonderfully casted. It's just like it takes you back into like the early 70s, and just like the pain, like how like the pain in the ass is just making the movie. And once like you add the mob to it, it's like a whole it's the whole thing. And it's a fantastic show. And I like there's 8 episodes out right now, and I'm caught up. I just saw the last episode, and it's really good. Oh, and unfortunately, if you guys are fans of the Raised by Wolves, that's on HBO. They canceled the show. They canceled the show after 2 seasons. They canceled it, which sucks because it's like the show's a sci-fi show, but it's like a sci-fi show that's kind of like if it was produced like in the 60s or 70s, that experimental sci-fi stuff, but with the technology that we have, like the visual sci like the visual uh what's it called? The technology that they could produce like a legit sci-fi show with the mythology of the 60s. But it's really cool. Like I was reading in this article that and Raised by Wolves, they're going to shop it around to see if they could finish up the series at another streaming service. But they don't know what streaming service right now. At this moment, it is it's canceled. Don't which sucks because it left on a cliffhanger. Like a really good cliffhanger. Where it's like fuck, I can't wait for the next one. And now the next one, who knows when it's going to happen? I hate it when they do that. I fucking hate it. Another thing that's been, did you guys watch? There's these 2 trailers that came out recently. The first one was the Pinocchio movie starring Tom Hanks, and it was really cool. Like they allude to the whole Pinocchio character, like they do like a profile or like the Pinocchio characters, like in the shadows. They're gonna, you know, sometime like in a couple of months, they're probably gonna show the full trailer with like when you see Pinocchio, like his whole frontal, the way he's supposed to look. But I'm gonna check it out because I'm a big puppet fan, and it looks pretty cool. Like yeah, what's it called? Joseph Gordon-Levitt is playing Jiminy Cricket, and that Peel character is playing one of those that fox guy, and it's all animated. It's not like as like computer animated, and it looks really cool. It looks really tight. And another trailer that dropped yesterday is the new Beavis and Butthead movie. It's called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, and that's going to be out this month on what's it? Is it? I'm going to say it's going to be on Paramount. I think it's pretty sure it's on Paramount. But yeah, it looks really cool. It looks, it's a Beavis and Butthead movie. I'm gonna check it out because I grew up watching those guys. Which, do you guys remember where, like, when that show came out, it was like kind of like a taboo show to watch because the controversy that was going out at the time. That I remember my brother Omar and me, when my parents went to sleep, we used to sneak out of our room to watch Beavis and Butthead in the den, and we had the volume on low, and it was hard to, because like it was hard to listen, but like we were laughing. It was because like it. My mom knew we were watching TV in the den because like we were laughing. But yeah, there was that's coming out this month, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's just Beavis and Butthead again, but like Beavis and Butthead in today's era. There's another thing that's been going out right now, that another thing that I've been watching. Well, oh yeah, of course. How can I ignore the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show, right? We watched the first two episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's three episodes out right now, and it's pretty cool. It was kind of like, if you guys watch the Star Wars Rebels, they bring the Inquisitors into this TV, like the Obi-Wan show, and it's really cool to watch these characters from the animated show live in in the flesh. And like I love the Inquisitors. Those are my favorite characters, like the villains of the Star Wars universe, because they're very, like, it's just like they're really cool. Like I love like their lightsabers. Like they have like kind of like this Tron thing behind them. And I think if you guys like Star Wars, you'll definitely love the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I don't want to spoil anything because I didn't know why. I didn't know anything about the series, and once I found out like why Obi-Wan starts going into like his hero's journey, it's pretty good. But yeah, like I think in the next episode, in episode 3, they're gonna bring Darth Vader, because Darth Vader is gonna come back, and Hayden Christensen is reprising his role as Darth Vader, which I can't wait to. I cannot wait. Let's see, another thing that I've been. Oh yeah, like Stranger Things is back for the final season. They chopped it up into two parts, so they just wrapped up the first part of their last season. The final part of the season is going to stream sometime in October, just in time for Halloween. Um, I have not checked that out, but we'll probably check out a couple episodes later on tonight, because that's the type of show that you want to watch at night, because you just so you could get sucked into the show, because everything needs to be, you have to be like in a dark setting, it has to be completely dark. But yeah, I can't wait to watch the Stranger Things thing. I see what happened to Hooper. But have you guys been watching any of those shows or anything else? Because it seems like there's a lot of things just coming out right now. Because there was like a moment where like it was just completely dry. There was like nothing to watch, so I was just watching like a lot of YouTube stuff. But yeah, like there's just like a slew of content to watch right now, and even South Park has a new hour long, well, actually even a 2 hour long movie. The first hour, it's called South Park: The Streaming Wars, and they just finished the first hour, and I think the next hour, the last hour, is gonna happen. They're gonna stream it next week. But it's about, they're doing their social commentary of the streaming wars right now, and it's a little silly. I checked that out because I'm a South Park fan too, and it's really nice to see that, for a nerd like me, to see South Park, have their like another special, and then like Beavis and Butthead's coming back, and then we have like Star Wars going on, and then Stranger Things, and there's like a lot of things that are coming out right now tailored to my taste. So yeah, it's just like everything's that's what the stuff that I've been watching has been keeping my mind off things. And another thing that's been keeping my mind off things, I'm starting a scrapbook, since I've been, discovering a lot of photos at my mom's house, and they're just kind of like hanging out in bags. I'm like, this is a travesty. I got to preserve these archives. So I went to Michael's, I bought like a scrapbook and bought some stickers, and I only did like about 3 or 4 pages of, sticking the photos, and I'm gonna pursue it later on tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, so another thing that's been keeping me sane is just like that project I have right now. And it's just, it's a little silly seeing myself as a chunky kid, ahead of my time, because if you guys remember back in the day, it was very rare to see a chunky kid, and I was one of the rarities. But now everybody, like all the kids, are chunky now because of all the fast food and all the junk food. Like I was ahead of the curve. um, but yeah, like it's that's a lot of things that I've been doing that's been keeping me my mind off things. And I went to the gym today because I felt better. But I didn't go in the pool. I was doing the rowboat thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you guys seen House of Cards where Frank, he's like doing this exercise routine where like he's doing the rowboat, and that's what I was doing. I was doing the rowboat because it's low impact on my back, and I busted a sweat. It was a good workout, and now I'm ready to go eat Korean barbecue, despite the fact that I did buy some stuff to make dinner tonight. But you know what? John, he was gone for 2 weeks because he was hustling his ass in North California selling solar panels. And we actually haven't gone out to eat since he got back. We were just making meals, and my mom's, she made us food too, as like tamales and ¿cómo se llama? Pozole. She made us pozole too, so we haven't gone out to eat, as a throuple. So he said just a little bit ago, it's like, can we go eat Korean barbecue? I was like, well, that sounds pretty good. Let's go eat some Korean barbecue. So that's what I'm going to do later on tonight, and probably do some writing as well. And I hope you guys are doing well. It's really nice to see everybody, commenting right here, my friends, and for you guys who are watching for the first time, please remember to follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. And we also have, you're also streaming on Spotify as well. If you guys could follow us on Spotify, that'll be great. We're trying to reach 50 followers, and we're like really this close, And by following, it'll help us grow our community, and help us, to produce more shows and all that. And we'll have new content for you, as in like a full episode. But we're working on things right now, and as soon as I get a concrete day and a subject, I'll let you guys know. And until let's see, I missed you, buddy. I missed you too. It's also Pride Month. I think we should all go out for a drink for Pride, right? But yeah, and it's nice to see that everybody's doing well. And if you're not doing well, just take a minute, just breathe, relax, and everything's gonna be okay. But until next time, folks, I'll see you guys for my next update. Have a good weekend, and be careful, and hug your loved ones. You know, have a good one, guys. Bye.